Hello everyone, welcome back to the Python course. This is the video 1C of our lecture course. Previously, we have already learned about the introduction to Google Colab, and in this video, we are gonna learn about basic syntax in Python. So let's get started. Introduction. Python, like any other programming language, has its own set of rules for writing code. Understanding these rules is essential for writing Python programs effectively. First, we have indentation. Python uses indentation to define blocks of code. Indentation is typically done using 4 spaces. Indentation is mandatory and serves the purpose of structuring code. It replaces the need for curly braces or begin/end statements found in other programming languages. So indentation basically increases the effectiveness of our program by replacing these unnecessary entities in our code. So next we have an example. This is basically an if-else statement showing us how indentation is important. Next, we have comments. So comments are used to add explanatory notes to the code. They are not executed by the Python interpreter and are for human readability only. Comments can be added using the hash symbol, and they can be placed on a separate line or at the end of a line of a code. Multi-line comments are typically achieved by using triple quotes, and we can see how they look like here. So we have an example of comment here. This is a single line comment basically using the hash symbol, and next we have an example of multi-line comment. So this is single line and this is multi-line comment. Next we have statements. A statement is a single line of code that performs a specific action. Examples of statements include variable assignments, function calls, and control flow statements. Next we have variables. Variables in Python are used to store data values. Variables can hold different data types such as numbers, strings, or booleans. In Python, variables are assigned using the assignment operator, which is the equal to sign. You don't need to declare the data type of variable explicitly. Python infers it based on the assigned value. We will study more about this in video 1D on data types. Next, we have an example of statements. So basically, every line of our code is a statement in itself. These are individual lines of code that perform specific actions. Variable assignment. So basically we are assigning the value of 10 to price, and here we are assigning the value 4.9 to rating. That's what variable assignment means. So next we are taking input and printing output. So Python provides built-in functions for taking input from the user and printing output to the console. The input function is used to take input from the user. It prompts the user for input and returns a string. To take integer input from the user in Python, you can use the input function to receive the input as a string and then convert it to an integer using the int function. The print function is used to display output to the console. It can print strings, variables, and expressions. Then we have an example. So here we have a variable called name, and we have used the input function to get a string or a value from the user, and then we have stored that in our variable name. Then we have printing the input. So we have used the print function. So we have first printed hello, then the name that we have taken from the user, and then this sign. Then we have taken integer input from the user. So again, we have a variable called age. We have taken input from the user. So first of all, it will be stored in the form of a string, and then with the help of the int function, we can convert it into an integer. Now we have printing the input. So again, we have used the print function. We have first printed UR, then age. Age is the same variable that we have used here, and then years old. So after this, we are going to go to Google Colab. So now we are in Google Colab. Here we have our first code, which tells us about the importance of indentation. And here we have an output to this code. Then we have an example of comment. So this is a comment. This is also a comment. And this is a multi-line comment. So what will happen basically is that when we print this code, all these texts won't get printed on the console. Next, we have an example of statements. So this is a statement, this is a statement, and then we have variable assignment. So basically, this is a variable which is price here, and then we are assigning the value of 10 to price. Same goes for rating, where we are assigning the value of 4.9. Then we have this example of taking the input from the user and printing the output. So when we run this code, it will ask me what is my name. So let's say I type in K, press enter. It will print hello K according to this block of code. Then it will ask for my age. So I will type in, let's say 20. It will print you are 20 years old according to this block of code. So this is it for this video. Thank you.